You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your IT Fundamentals certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. In this episode, we explore how modern web browsers support a range of user needs through accessibility features and interface customization options. These settings help improve the online experience for individuals with vision, mobility, or hearing challenges, as well as for users who want to personalize their browser layout or appearance. For the Information Technology Fundamentals Plus exam, you'll need to understand what these features do and how they support usability, not how to configure them. This episode supports Domain 3 and focuses on term recognition and user-friendly browsing concepts. The ITF Plus exam may include questions that ask you to identify browser features based on descriptions or match them to specific user needs. You might be asked how a user can adjust text size, recognize screen reader compatibility, or choose a visual setting that improves readability. These features also appear in scenario-based questions related to user support, especially when helping someone customize their browser to meet accessibility preferences. You won't need to apply settings. Just identify them. Accessibility features are tools built into browsers to help users who have trouble seeing, navigating, or interacting with websites. These tools make content easier to understand, navigate, or control for people with disabilities or physical limitations. Most modern browsers include built-in accessibility support to ensure more inclusive access to online content. These tools can improve font clarity, simplify navigation, or help convert content into audio for users who need it. Common browser-based accessibility features include text scaling, screen reader support, high-contrast display options, and keyboard navigation enhancements. These features vary slightly by browser, but they are generally found in a Settings or Accessibility menu. By adjusting these tools, users can tailor their browsing experience to better match their physical or sensory needs. Zoom and font size controls are among the most frequently used accessibility settings. These allow users to increase or decrease the scale of page content without affecting how the page functions. For example, a user can zoom in on a web page to make text easier to read without changing the layout of the site or breaking any features. Zoom levels can often be set per site or across all pages, depending on the user's preference. Keyboard navigation is a vital feature for users who cannot use a mouse. Browsers support the use of Tab, Shift plus Tab, and arrow keys to move between links, buttons, and form fields. This allows users to browse and interact with content using only their keyboard. Some browsers also include visual focus indicators to help users see where the cursor or selection point currently is. High contrast modes and color filters are useful for users with visual impairments or light sensitivity. These settings adjust the display to increase the distinction between text and background, making content easier to read. Some browsers include built-in high-contrast themes, while others rely on system-wide accessibility settings. These visual tools can be turned on or off as needed, and don't affect how websites function. Text-to-speech support is available in many operating systems and can work with browsers to read on-screen content aloud. While not all browsers include screen readers by default, they are often compatible with external screen reading software. This makes it possible for users with limited vision to access and understand web page content through audio output. Screen reader compatibility is an important consideration for web accessibility. Customization of the browser interface allows users to adjust how their browser looks and behaves. This includes choosing a theme, modifying layout, and rearranging toolbars. Customization doesn't change how websites behave, but it can improve the user's comfort and workflow. These features are typically found in the Settings menu or through the browser's add-on or theme directories. Toolbar customization lets users add, remove, or reposition buttons for common actions like bookmarks, history, or downloads. Some browsers allow users to change what opens in a new tab, such as a blank page, a search engine, or a home page. These small changes can help streamline navigation and create a more familiar experience without affecting browser performance. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Customization features in browsers can significantly improve usability, especially for users with specific needs or preferences. Adjusting themes, scaling, or layouts allows users to reduce visual clutter, enhance readability, or change the contrast for better focus. These changes can make a big difference during long browsing sessions and are especially valuable for those working in environments with variable lighting or using displays with lower resolution. Browsers often offer layout options that allow users to select between a compact view and a standard view. The compact view may reduce the size of menus and toolbars to maximize screen space. Users can also choose the placement of elements like the address bar, bookmarks bar, or sidebar. These layout choices do not affect how web pages load, but can help users access key features more quickly. If the layout becomes confusing, most browsers provide a reset option to restore default settings. Shortcut key support is another helpful feature for navigating browsers efficiently. Common shortcuts include Ctrl+T to open a new tab, Ctrl+W to close a tab, and Ctrl+Tab to switch between tabs. These shortcuts are generally consistent across major browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, and Safari. They reduce the need to use a mouse and speed up the process of switching between windows, managing downloads, or opening browser menus. Accessibility settings are typically found under the Settings, Options, or Accessibility section of a browser. While the exact location may vary slightly depending on the platform, the exam may reference these menus in scenario-based questions. For example, a question might describe a user who wants to enlarge text or use keyboard navigation and ask which section of the browser settings they should explore. Resetting the browser interface layout is a simple but important troubleshooting step. If a user changes settings that make the browser harder to use, such as hiding essential buttons or enabling confusing layouts, they can restore the original appearance by resetting to default. This option is usually found in the Advanced Settings or Customization section. It's a useful feature for support technicians helping users who have unintentionally altered their interface. The ITF Plus exam may include several question formats on this topic. You could be asked to match features to their function, such as identifying that zoom increases page scale, or to choose the best customization option for a user with vision challenges. Scenario-based questions may describe someone using keyboard shortcuts, changing themes, or needing a screen reader, and ask which browser feature would best support them. Some important terms to memorize include accessibility, screen reader, zoom, theme, customization, toolbar, and contrast. Each of these terms is associated with a specific feature or category of user support. Understanding their definitions will help you quickly identify them in multiple choice options or recognize them when they appear in use case questions. It's also important to know what the ITF Plus exam does not include. You will not need to use or configure operating system-level accessibility features like narrator or magnifier. You also will not be asked to write code, install browser extensions, or adjust developer settings. The focus remains on recognition of tools and vocabulary related to browser-based accessibility and customization, especially in support-related contexts. These features are included in the exam because they reflect real-world IT support scenarios. A technician may help a user increase text size, enable contrast mode, or reset a browser layout. Understanding accessibility demonstrates awareness of diverse user needs, and knowing how to describe or identify these tools forms part of basic browser literacy. Whether assisting users in schools, offices, or public environments, this knowledge is key to providing effective and inclusive support. To summarize, modern browsers include accessibility features like zoom, screen reader support, and high contrast modes, as well as customization options for themes, toolbars, and layout. These tools improve usability and accommodate different user preferences and needs. On the ITF Plus exam, you'll be expected to recognize these features, identify terms, and match them to their use cases. Mastering this topic supports both digital inclusion and exam readiness. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.